Now, our faith to believe and please God has to be only the size of a mustard seed, and that is pretty small. So God is not putting a pressure on us that's beyond our capabilities or spirituality. No, he says that actually just a mustard seed of faith will indeed move in this place the uprooting of a mulberry tree or a sycamore tree, and he says it can be uprooted and cast into the sea. Now, as I said this morning in the write-up, I indicated that a sycamore tree can live hundreds of years. We're told up to 400 years they can live up to. And they have deep penetrating roots. So their root system is very secure for a tree. So it's interesting that the Lord uses a sycamore or a mulberry tree with regard to its roots. And he says it can be cast into the sea. Well, that has to be a miracle because very little survives in seawater. It can't grow. Certainly not a sycamore tree. Now, all of this gives us a good understanding to prayer. You see, the Lord is really burdening us to get into prayer in these days. There is much to pray about. There is still more that we're learning about prayer and spiritual warfare. And one of the things that came out of this is that prayer must go to the root, particularly in spiritual warfare. The same like with this sycamore tree that has deep, complex root system. But our faith says that we can root it up and it can be cast into the sea. So there's much about our faith, our prayers of faith. Now, one of the things that I believe we need to learn with regard to our praying and interceding, and I was saying in the context that we need to pray for a season over certain things. One of the things that we need to learn in this life is that the love of money is the root of all evil. We've already spoken about that sycamore tree and mulberry tree, how that it can be rooted up. Our faith roots it out, and all Jesus said is a mustard seed of faith. I was also aware of that the love of money is the root, not of just evil, but the Bible says all evil. Did you know that Satan holds the nations, the world, with this? They're called powers and principalities in Ephesians 6. And they are what we war against. Now, I have given a lot of teaching over the years with regard to spiritual warfare and are addressing the powers of darkness and come against the powers and principalities. And these powers and principalities, they hold with power. And we have been shown what power is, and it is money.